Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this particular video, I'd like to discuss my first impressions and thoughts on new anime series Log Horizon. Now, this is something very much in the vein of Dot Hack or Sword Art Online, stuff like that. And I always get drawn to series like this because I'm a big Final Fantasy game fan, and I haven't played any MMORPGs or anything like that, but the stories and settings of series like this are always reminiscent enough to the Final Fantasy gaming experience, and seeing characters that I instantly like and stuff like that, I always just get drawn to these types of series. Now, essentially, we're following a band of characters, at least three main characters, and some background characters are also introduced in this episode, who are, as you might expect, trapped in an MMORPG without any seeming reason, without any seeming cause. And it's a very interesting setup because one of the things I really love from right off is the fact that you have one of the main characters talking about, well, in fantasy novels and in other, sort of series and stuff like that, they're openly acknowledging other series that have done this story before, like Don Hack and SAO. And I like that because, maybe there could be a lot of fun to be had referencing other sort of similar stories. And I know there are other series that, stand out as being similar to this concept, but, Don Hack and SAO are the ones I'm most familiar with. Now, we're essentially debuted to an interesting trio of characters. We have Shiro, who is said to be a strategist. At one time, he was not part of a guild. He's very reluctant to sign up for guilds, but very much the stereotypical loner type, I guess you could say. But he was part of a sort of raider group called the Tea Party, or something along those lines. And he's very much the sort of voice box through which we are going to experience this, I think. Apart from him, you have Nasugu, who is this big, muscular dude with the sword, and he's openly a pervert. He's very proud of that fact, by the way. He basically introduces himself to somebody right off the bat and says, I'm a pervert, and if you are or if you're not, I still like you, I want to get along. And, of course, rounding out that trio is Akatsuki, who is, at first, in a male sort of assassin's guise, but we find out very quickly through the voice and through the recognition that it's a girl. And through a spell drink, whatever, that actually Shiro is holding, she manages to get herself back into a more fitting female form and calls herself a ninja. And there's this great sort of extravagant, embellishment on her part where she says, you did me this great honor. I'm going to dedicate myself to saving and protecting you, Shiro. And it's just very interesting because, of course, she is the toughest of the three probably, but she's also the most kawaii, the most cute and adorable. And we meet these other characters who are part of the guild, the Crescent Moon Alliance. We have basically Henrietta and the sort of leader, Marielle or Marie, and they both want very desperately Shiro to be part of their little guild because they don't know what's going on. They don't know what exactly, other than the fact that this whole game, Elder Tale, that they're trapped in, has just gone through a 12th expansion pack, and suddenly they all wake up, and they're in this area, sort of a safe zone, but they can't log out and they don't know what the hell is going on. And then everything rounds off with them testing their skills and realizing that the controls, the motor controls that they would usually use, are sort of ineffective, and they have to go more on instinct to beat, all the monsters that are attacking them. And this coincides with Marielle getting a message from this little girl, Sarara, who is under attack in, I assume, another area of the game. And, we're left off with the sort of preview for the next episode saying that Shiro's going to try to go and help her. So I'm very much liking this from right out of the gate. I'm probably going to check out episode 2 and maybe stick with this one for reviews. I may do that. And I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. If you've seen this first episode, what you thought of it. Of course, there were some annoying aspects to do with Marielle and Henrietta, respectively, and how they were dealing with Akatsuki being so kawaii and everything. But as long as that is played down a little bit, I could see really enjoying this. So, yeah, I hope to hear from you. And otherwise, that'll be it from me. And I'll catch you later. Peace.